Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome back. Last week we talked about Naaman and how he was healed of his leprosy because he obeyed completely, dipping in the Jordan River 7 times. Boys and girls, obedience must be complete. How'd you do this week? Did you obey completely, fully? Yeah, if we're honest, we probably all at some point this week didn't obey completely. Boys and girls, I hope as we continue to go through this year that you'll remember to redeem the time as we talked about on New Year's Eve, and then that you will obey completely. Well, we talked about how Naaman had gone to give gifts to Elisha, and Elisha's like, no, I can't accept those gifts because God is the one who did the miracle. Well, Elisha has someone living in his house named Gehazi, and he's sitting there going, wait a minute, this wealthy guy, he just offered us all these gifts, and Elisha sent him away. Like, what could I do with these 10 talents of silver and those changes of clothes? What could I do with all of that? That's true, you buy a lot of bamboo with 10 talents of silver. And he's thinking about this. Well, verse number 20, but Gehazi, the servant of Elisha, the man of God, said, behold, my master hath spared Naaman this Syrian, in not receiving at his hands that which he hath brought. But as the Lord liveth, I will run after him, and take somewhat of him. So Gehazi followed after Naaman, and when Naaman saw him running after him, he lighted down from the chariot to meet him, and said, is all well? So Gehazi's sitting there thinking, he's like, I'm going to go after Naaman. He does. He takes off. He goes after him. Naaman's like, oh, wait, hold on, slow down, stop the chariot. He gets out of the chariot and he's like, is all well? He asks Gehazi, is everything okay? Because he's like, why is he chasing me down? So Gehazi, let's hear his answer, because let's think about this, boys and girls. Did Elisha send Gehazi? No, he didn't. So let's see, though, what Gehazi has to say. Verse 22, and he said, all is well. My master hath sent me. Ooh, did he? No, he didn't. My master hath sent me, saying, behold, even now there be come to me from Mount Ephraim 2 young men of the sons of the prophets. Give them, I pray thee, a talent of silver and 2 changes of garments. So he says, all right, there's 2 men come, and they each need a talent of silver, and they each need 2 garments of silver. Or 2 garments. And not silver, you can't put on the silver. Need 2 changes of garments. So Naaman looks at the servants that he has with him. He's like, all right, you take 1 talent of silver and 2 changes of clothes. You take 1 talent of silver, 2 changes of clothes, and go back with with Gehazi and take it back to the men who need it. So Gehazi turns around with the 2 servants. They go back with him to Elisha's house. So verse 24, and when he came to the tower, he took them from their hand and bestowed them in the house, and he let the men go, and they departed. So when they get back to the house, Gehazi takes the stuff from the servants, and he hides it in the house. Okay, he hides it, he puts it away, and then he tells the men to go ahead, go back. And they departed. Verse 25, but when he went in and stood before his master, and Elisha said unto him, whence comest thou, Gehazi? Where'd you go? And he said, thy servant went no whither. I didn't go anywhere. What are you talking about? Whoa, boys and girls, not only has he lied once, he's lied at least twice. He's lied more than once, because he's lied to Naaman, now he's lied to Elisha, and he says, I didn't go anywhere. Oh, boys and girls, is it ever right to lie? No, it's not right to lie. And Gehazi just lied to Naaman, now he's lied to Elisha. Boys and girls, do you think his sin is going to get found out, or do you think he's going to get away with it? Do you think Elisha knows where he was? Yeah, because who's working with Elisha? God is. God who knows everything. Verse 26, and he said unto him, went not mine heart with thee when the man turned again from his chariot to meet thee? Is it a time to receive money and a time to receive garments and olive yards and vineyards and sheep and oxen and menservants and maidservants? So he starts to question him. He's like, I know where you went. I know what you did. Is it really a time for this? Verse 27, we find out that his sin did find him out. and his sin wasn't worth it. Verse 27, the leprosy therefore of Naaman shall cleave unto thee and unto thy seed forever. And he went out from his presence a leper as white as snow. Boys and girls, those 2 talents of silver weren't going to do him any good when he had leprosy. The changes of clothes, yeah, he could wear the change of clothes, but boys and girls, is it 4 outfits and 2 talents of silver really worth it to be sick the rest of your life, to have to be separated from everyone? And boys and girls, as we've learned before with sin, one, it's not worth it, okay? It will always find you out, but it said, and unto thy seed forever. The rest of his family was going to have leprosy. Boys and girls, it wasn't going to leave their family. So his sin affected him. It also affected his family. They suffered the punishment for his sin. Boys and girls, our sin costs us more than we want to pay. Boys and girls, it will keep you longer than you want to stay as well, as the little saying goes. But boys and girls, it's never right to lie. We shouldn't be dishonest. We should be truthful and know that your sin will find you out. He got away with it with Naaman, but when he got back to Elisha, it was found out. Boys and girls, as you go about this week, use your time wisely. Don't disobey. And don't be dishonest.